All right. So this is what I want to get to first. We had some breaking news earlier this morning. It came across the Twitter feed while I was getting ready to go out to work. And obviously didn't have time to make a video or anything of that nature. So I was like, I'll get to it when I get to it. I get to it during the show. One, Maxwell Bartholomew Crosby. Now, I don't know what his middle name is, but sometimes it's okay to make him up. Has signed a deal, a 3-year extension, with his team, the Las Vegas Raiders. It is for, I believe, three years, $106 million, with 91 of those millions guaranteed. He's the highest paid defensive player right now. One thing that I want to say is, damn you, Maxx Crosby, for doing this, because now Hutch is looking at that like, what's your name, delicate? I gotta get that sound. I gotta get that sound. But anyway, that's what Hutch is doing right now. Obviously, we hope that Hutch comes back and he is worthy of that right away. Obviously, we don't want to see any down years from Hutch, but it's a compound fracture, so we gotta wait. We gotta wait and see. But the thing that I am the most glad about is the fact that the Detroit Lions fans will no longer be able to talk about Maxx Crosby. As I wasn't upset about people talking about Maxx Crosby. I wanted Maxx Crosby myself, but I did posit. I would submit that I said to you multiple times, Maxx Crosby's not available. He's not available. He has said himself that he is a Raider for life. Okay? He came out with a tweet that said RN for life, and people lost their minds. It was Raiders Nation. It wasn't anything else. It's not the other thing. Okay? So he came out with this tweet a long time ago. This is when it started. This is when it all started. When Maxx Crosby was asked on the podcast that he does, what team would you play for if the Raiders were off the table? That was completely lost. And this was like, I want to say 2 years ago that he made this statement. Okay. He said the Detroit Lions. Then, I think at the start of this offseason, someone started circulating it around again, and the people that hadn't seen it before started jumping on this thing like, oh, Maxx Crosby said he wants to come to the Lions. No, he didn't. He didn't say that. He told you he doesn't want to go anywhere. He's a Raider for life. That's what he told you. And the question was, if the Raiders were off the table, where would Maxx Crosby like to play? Well, clearly the Raiders were not off the table. All right, that's number one. Number two, the Lions fans that were stalking this man's Twitter, and every time he said anything that was the least bit cryptic, or it was this like song lyrics, anything, he could have just came out and like, all eyes on me, thug life, you already know what it is, blah, 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 blah. Like, he could have did any of that, and Lions fans would have just been like, yo, he's talking about coming to the Detroit Lions. No, he wasn't. He tweeted out some freaking lyrics. He said, all eyes on me. What does that mean? What does that mean? He was talking to, he had a tweet talking about snakes and, the snakes in the grass, and they'll reveal themselves and all this other stuff. And Lions fans were like, oh, or it's something like snakes in the grass, and they'll reveal themselves, and they should have treated you better when they had the chance. Oh, bring them home. Bring them home. What is he even talking about? What is he even talking about? So now, all of you people that had it in your mouth, okay, and you know what I'm talking about, you can take it out. Okay? You can take it out. And you could unfollow him if you like. Okay? Because as I said before on many different occasions, Maxx Crosby was not coming to the Detroit Lions. Would I have loved for him to come to the Detroit Lions? Yes, I would have. However, he was not available. He did not do what Myles Garrett did and publicly request a trade. He threw his support behind the Raiders organization, and they threw a bag at him. And that is the end of the Maxx Crosby saga. Thank you. Goodbye. Have a nice career, Maxx Crosby. The next time Maxx Crosby comes to Detroit and he wears a Pistons jersey because he's in Detroit watching a Pistons game, please don't freak out. He's not coming. Brand new 3-year contract extension that he just signed, $91 million guaranteed. Annual average of what, $35 million a year? Somewhere around there. Okay. All right. I'm just saying. Take it out your mouth. What up, though, Lions fans? It's your boy, Motor City Don P here. Listen, if you want to continue keeping your Lions news pragmatic, if you want to keep getting the stats and not none of that static, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share and let everybody know what's going on around here. And turn on your notifications, because how else would you know that we're up in here keeping your Lions news pragmatic? Appreciate you once again, and we are out. Peace.